Knowledge comes, but wisdom lingers. We are generating more information and knowledge than ever today. But knowledge is only good if you can reflect on it.
Hello everyone, I'm Trevor and welcome back to the Knowledge Management e-learning video series, Prepared for the Philippine Red Cross. This will be our final video in this e-learning course. Yay! This video will recap some of the most important things we have covered in the previous videos and give us a few minutes to reflect on this new knowledge. I understand very well that you do many trainings with the Philippine Red Cross, but sometimes the most important step to learning is to pause and really consider what you learned and how you can make the most or the best use out of it. In this course, we've learned about knowledge management theory and fundamentals. During my survey, 24 out of 25 or 96% of respondents said they were unfamiliar or only somewhat familiar with knowledge management concepts. I hope this number will be much higher now. Learning theories themselves are often not directly useful, and maybe you already intuitively knew some of the things that we covered in these videos. Where theories become useful is when they start allowing you to connect the dots between things you previously did not realize were linked, or when it opens your eyes to things that you may have previously missed. After theory, we learned about what you can do to be a knowledge management leader and how you can foster a strong culture of sharing knowledge on your team and in your workplace. We learned some tactics for critical thinking, learned the importance of the lessons learned process to highly successful organizations, and how to make use of it at our own. We discussed how to use our information and knowledge to better communicate with our communities. That's a lot for just a few hours of time. There are a few things that I should clarify in these video series. People at the Philippine Red Cross have been very welcoming of myself and other Cuso International volunteers, and none of the criticisms or suggestions in these videos was meant for any particular individual. Well, except for maybe the Lolo joke. Instead, this was meant more as a critique of the work processes and system as a whole. There are definitely systemic changes that should be made at the Philippine Red Cross to improve our knowledge management systems. But I know that neither myself or you watching this video right now are likely in a position to overhaul the whole systems alone. Maybe you were not given a chance to provide input into surveys or knowledge management practices previously. But if you stay involved with the Philippine Red Cross, it is likely that you will be asked for your input or help when conducting future surveys or knowledge management procedures. And I hope you consider what you have learned in these e-learning videos and ask many questions when you are doing so. As knowledge management leaders, we can make changes and we can make a difference in the work that each of us does every single day. Because remember what we said during the culture video? How there are two key rules with cultures? They were that culture mirrors present behaviors and that cultures are self-perpetuating. Well, this means that if we don't make changes to our culture and how we do things now, our culture on knowledge management will be the same going forward. But if we take action as knowledge management leaders to think critically, share our knowledge, and apply it, then this will also self-perpetuate and the Philippine Red Cross will have a stronger, more effective culture going forward. The Philippine Red Cross is a large organization. There are benefits to having such a large-scale organization that can deal with so many challenges, such as major disasters across the Philippines. But there are also drawbacks in the form of bureaucracy, excessive reporting requirements to NHQ, salaries not being paid for months, red tape on spending, and long processes required to get some work done. I saw many examples of this throughout my time with the Philippine Red Cross, and I'm sure my frustrations have been shared by many of you who have been with the organization for far longer than I have been. I know the organization can be excessively controlling, even directing specific days that each chapter should have its monthly cleanings. But there is room in between the cracks of what isn't controlled, and this is where I see so many of you flourishing. And I encourage you to keep taking steps to be better leaders, both in knowledge management and in general. Take risks, learn more, and take every opportunity to grow, even if you feel that you are being pushed the other way as you do so. Whenever things seem hopeless, and you may feel like you're swimming against the current and not making a difference at all, remember that you might actually be making a difference in people's lives that you were not even aware of. I'd like to tell you a story. And no, believe it or not, this time it's actually not from the Culture Code. This was a story that was told to me by my school teacher many years ago and has stayed in my mind ever since. There is a child on an ocean beach at low tide. The water has retreated and left millions of starfish exposed to the sun just beyond the water's edge. The child knows that many of these starfish will dry up and die under the heat of the sun and is picking them up one by one and throwing them back into the ocean to save them. An adult walked by and asks the child, "Why are you wasting your time doing this? There are millions of starfish here. You know you're not making any kind of real difference." The child calmly throws another starfish into the safety of the water and replies, "It makes a difference to that one." You are all making differences in small ways that you may or may not realize, much as I hope this e-learning has made a small difference to anyone still watching. And remember that no matter what your job is, you are able to have a positive impact in some way, because that is a powerful truth that can change the world. One starfish, one olive in the airline salad, one volunteer, or one collision at a time. Thank you so much for watching this video series until the end, and for welcoming me to the Philippines and to the Red Cross family. I'm Trevor Hlynski, signing off from Hanoi. Goodbye.